Hello my friends, welcome all of you, almost 107,000 star seeds, light workers and wanderers to this fascinating channeling session wherein Metatron has answered interesting questions which I have asked. The first question which I have asked is about what are the different types of spiritual wars and the types of wars which are happening in our planet. Metatron said that there are 22 types of wars which are going on and has explained in the session in detail about each. It is very interesting to understand. Also, Metatron has answered about what is the role of DNA in ascension and what is the truth about the 24th chromosome pair, because normally scientists they believe that there are 23 chromosome pairs. What about the 24th? Many people they have asked this question. It is very interesting. What are the different types of alien abductions which are happening on the Earth planet has been explained in the session. So you will understand the type of alien abduction, why it happens, and the purpose behind such types of alien abductions. Also, they have explained type of alien abduction which happened in the Betty and Barney Hill case. And also Metatron has explained about is there any benefit of using plant medicines such as ayahuasca. They have explained about this aspect as well in the session. And finally in the session I have also stated that as you listen to this channeling session, your energetic fields will be cleared from any negative energy you may have. So this session, as you listen to it, it will cleanse you in a deeper level. And with that being said, I want to say a big thank you to all of you who joined on the Patreon. And recently I have released some sessions which cannot be shared on YouTube because of the censorship policies. If you want to watch, you can watch it on my Patreon. The link is on the description. And also I want to say thank you to all of you for liking this video, because your like is a service to humanity and your like will return also back to you. The universe will like you back in some way, shape or form. With that being said, enjoy the session, my friends.
I am Metatron magnetic consciousness now in communication through this instrument's internal connection grid, which is open to accept this communication for the purpose of allowing the human collective a greater understanding about the queries which are being placed today. And I greet all divine light and love childs of the universal light grid programmer in this reality and experience of choice and resonance, and to understand and only accept those facets of our thought forms which we provide deeper resonance, therefore leaving behind those thought forms which are of a nature not resonating within the internal self. Therefore I, Metatron, before proceeding with the answer regarding the queries, must state that in the current universal complex, wherein the third density transition to the fourth density Earth planet exists, there are approximately 22 wars which are happening. These include the various types of battles which are going on with regards to the type of emotional state which will become prevalent for the vast majority of the human societal complex. At the current time, the vast majority of human societal complex finds itself in the emotional state rooted of around fear and anxiety, and many of these are able to escape these emotional states by choosing higher states such as love, joy, and happiness. However, this occurrence is so rare on the Earth planets that only 1 in 10,000 entities of your planetary sphere accomplish this aspect. I, Metatron magnetic consciousness, must also state that During this timeline, it is crucial to understand that the battle which is happening on the Earth planet is for your own thought forms and belief systems, which forms an integral part of the human societal complex. It primarily is the belief system of the societal complex which affects the entirety of the societal complex. Therefore, we must state intrinsically that these types of battles are happening, and within each one there is an ongoing battle to either remain in the present moment or to focus into a timeline of the past or the future, and by focusing on the past or the future will prevent such entities to find a higher level of resonance and understanding in the vibration pattern of reality. Therefore, I, Metatron, must now state that this channels vibration message from our social memory complex will be imbued and infused with frequencies to help you remove any type of fear and anxiety and negativity from your auric fields, and will allow you to experience higher levels of love. Therefore, the first query pertains to what is the role of DNA in ascension. I, Metatron, must state firstly that in your third dimensional understanding, many entities on your planet consider the human societal complex of individualized portion of consciousness to have 23 chromosome pairs. Furthermore, many of the so-called scientists examine these DNA pairs using the tools and techniques available in your third density illusion complex, which is primarily of a nature linear in fashion. Furthermore, we must state that there is also a 24th chromosome pair, which is primarily, as per our understanding, referred to as the quantum chromosome pair, which primarily allows the recognition of the 24th pair, which is hidden from the detection of third-dimensional technologies as well as techniques, since it is able to be found in states of consciousness, which signify the essence of true integration with the divine universal light grid programmer. Furthermore, the number 24 primarily also symbolizes harmony and balance at the highest level of human existence and many of your cultures. Furthermore, we must state that the awakening of this 24th pair of DNA primarily allows for a significant raising of the consciousness of each entity into higher levels, and the 24th pair, which allows for a significant raising of the frequency of the planets, allows for the transformation of a multi-dimensional sense of self, and this allows the beginning of the transformation of the DNA sequences, which extends beyond the vibrational shifts and frequency changes within the mind, body, and spirit complex. Furthermore, the activation of the 24th chromosome pair allows for an entanglement in the quantum energy field as known by your people, which influences various types of atomic structures as well. Furthermore, in order to understand this primarily in the timeline, it is to go beyond the belief systems and to find the internal truth behind these statements, which will make it part of one's existence and reality in this time. Furthermore, I, Metatron, must also state that in the space-time of understanding, wherein human entities are able to access the quantum field, which will allow for the transformation of the DNA pattern, which will allow for a transformative potential to arise within them. This primarily means that the best way to activate the 24th chromosome pair is primarily done through a simple practice of connecting with the quantum field, or the field of energy which is always surrounding the individualized portion of consciousness. This can be done by focusing on the edges of your attention. Furthermore, a simple practice of focusing on the edges of your awareness by becoming aware of the distance your awareness can travel, or becoming aware without using imagination, and just to sense your awareness edge. And by sensing this boundary of your awareness, you begin to sense and activate the 24th pair of chromosome, which allows for special abilities of activation of the energetic frequency vibration of the universal light grid programmer begins, which allows for certain abilities such as access of the Akashic records, the access of remembrance of many of your past life information, as well as the ability to heal the self and to create reality as desired. Furthermore, Metatron now will answer the other query related with what are the different types of alien abductions that are carried out on the Earth planets and their purpose. Metatron must firstly state that there are different types of alien abductions which are carried out on the Earth planets. These are primarily carried out for certain purposes. Further, we must state that most of the alien abductions found upon the Earth planets are conducted by entities who either desire firstly to examine the genetical systems of your planetary sphere. Furthermore, in this first scenario, most of the entities are abducted to be subjected to medical examinations and collections of their tissue samples, genetic materials, and reproductive samples. Furthermore, this is primarily used by the entities for the purpose of genetic replication and cloning. This type of abduction is usually conducted by the Greys and the reptilian social memory complex on your planetary sphere, who are more prone to replicate the genetic sequences of your planet in order to create clones. Furthermore, the second type of alien abduction is meant for providing a type of communication and a message. Many of the entities from your planetary sphere who are abducted primarily are for the purpose of receiving telepathic or symbolic messages from different dimensions and other realities. Many of the entities who are able to take part in such types of abductions are taken to different types of planets or other types of so-called facilities around the solar system, which allows for an exchange of information and provides a transformative truth about the nature of reality. Furthermore, some of these individuals upon your planet have experienced being taken into spacecrafts where they receive important messages, and they are able to share this message to the greater human collective. These types of abductions are often conducted by entities who have a great interest of humanity in assisting them. We must state that, primarily, this type of abduction requires the permission from the Galactic Federation or the Council of Planets to occur. The other type of abduction primarily is a abduction wherein entities experience a spiritual awakening and transformation, such as the experience wherein entities report having profound spiritual or consciousness-altering experiences during their encounters, which primarily provides them with a newfound understanding of the workings of the universal consciousness and a personal transformation and a sense of higher purpose. The final type of abduction primarily is similar to that of the abductions which are conducted by the elites who work together in close unity with negatively oriented extraterrestrial entities, primarily for the purpose of exchange programs or for the purpose of trying to use technologies in order to extract important information or to shift the vibration of an entity towards the negative polarity. Many of these primarily occur because of the use of the elites or those entities who work for the negatively oriented entities and their purpose. Furthermore, the other query relates with what is the type of abduction as reported in the Betty and Barney Hill abduction case, wherein the entities named as Betty and Barney Hill driving at night in a so-called location named as New Hampshire, as per your language vibratory sound terms, whence they observed a UFO as known by your people. Further, these entities also were taken aboard the spacecraft where they underwent medical examination. We must firstly state that this is primarily the case of medical examination abduction as stated above, wherein the entities were abducted by the gray entities for a purpose of extracting their genetic sequences in that experience. And I, Metatron, shall now state that the final query relates with: is there any benefit of taking plant medicine such as ayahuasca? We must state that, firstly, the understanding is that ayahuasca, as known by your people, is a tool used by the Earth's entities, which serves several types of purposes. We must also state that plant medicines are just a tool and is not required for experiencing that which we are now going to state. The first is that ayahuasca and plant medicines primarily can be viewed as a means for the Earth's inhabitants to accelerate spiritual understanding and growth if used in a fashion for the purpose of understanding the nature of spiritual existence. This primarily also provides for an interconnectedness to all life forms, and as entities begin to experience different realms under the ayahuasca experiences, they begin to find a higher level of harmony with all beings. They begin to realize that all beings are indeed one, infinite universal light grid programmers in different bodily complexes. Further, the use of plant medicines primarily also has the ability of using the understanding of a higher realms which are accessible by the brain complex of your peoples through the use of such types of plant medicines, which allow for experiences of different astral realities. Furthermore, Metatron states that the ayahuasca and other types of plant medicines have also deeper types of psychological impacts as well as spiritual side effects which may also hinder an entity who uses it in excess. Therefore, Metatron must state that the use of these types of plant medicines must be only for once or twice in the lifetime of an entity for different types of experiences. However, Metatron do not recommend the use of these types of plant medicines, since all of the above stated experiences can be done through the process of meditation and connecting with the inner silence within the self. Therefore, Metatron, magnetic consciousness now, leave you, beloveds, go towards the mountain of lights within yourself. Bye.
Now, my friends, let me explain to you what I learned in the session. I learned a simple thing in the channeling session, and that is, there are many types of spiritual battles happening right now. One of them is happening within you, where you are, sometimes focused on the present moment. Sometimes you're focused on the past, focused on the future, and there's a battle going on within you as well as there are other types of spiritual battles happening in the world, which has been explained by Metatron. And Metatron has said in the session is that there is indeed a 24th chromosome pair, which is known as the quantum pair, which indeed acts as the field, or acts as the connector to the quantum fields, which you can connect by a simple process of becoming aware of your awareness and the edges of your awareness. Now, you can ask a simple question, where is the edge of your awareness? And, wherever it is, you can just focus on it. For example, if I am to ask the question, where is the edge of my awareness? I'll find it, somewhere around here. Because beyond that point, I'm not able to be consciously aware without using my imagination. That was said in the session. And also, Metatron has stated that there are many types of alien abductions which are happening. Some of them they are for medical purposes. Some of them they are for extraction of genetic material. Some of them they are for spiritual experiences, and some of them they are for allowing the person to enter into different reality. These are the different types of experiences which are happening. And also the other question is about truth about taking plant medicine known as ayahuasca. Metatron said that we should not depend on like taking plant medicines for spiritual evolution and spiritual experience. And also Metatron has suggested that we use meditation instead of relying on plant medicines, even though they are wonderful tools which can assist us in accessing higher realities. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the session. And also I want to say big thank you to Sabrina Brown from California for sending me this beautiful gift, which is absolutely amazing. And I want to say big thank you to Sabrina for this beautiful gift. And also, if you want to access about your own spiritual evolution, your own soul name, your past life, and any other questions you may have, I can channel your higher self, and you can send me an email for that if you want. And also, I want to say big thank you to all of you for getting the book version of my channel messages. If you want to read it in a book format, the link is on the description for my Amazon. And also, I want to say big thank you to all of you for downloading the free PDF version of my channel messages, which you can read and enjoy. And I want to say big thank you to all of you. And until next time, I hope you'll enjoy this session over here.